So I've been trying out some fragrances this week from a company called Khye Fragrances, and I've been enjoying this process. Today I'm going to be going over a fragrance that I was testing out. The name of this fragrance is called Natural. It has like a really pale sort of yellowish gold color to it, the nice presentation to it, eau de parfum concentration, and has a gold atomizer on here. Sprayer is excellent. Nice, fine, super fine mist. Has a fairly like even application on the skin. Love the way that this smells in the air. Honestly, it gives me like this man, it's like a really fuzzy, sweet, light, fresh champagne in the air. On skin, does a little something different. So we'll try this on here. Oh, that is so good, yo. Oh, that's so good. To my nose, well, this is what I was detecting earlier today as I was testing this out. I was getting ambergris, apple, what felt like an immortelle, bergamot, something citrus, kind of candied like vanilla, something that felt sort of hide or earthy. So I thought maybe a lather or a labdanum. Vetiver, there is like a nice smooth, almost clean woody aspect that's there, or a really small hint of it. Jasmine, amber, as well as musk. These are some of the guesses that I have for it. When I smell it, you're going to get a fragrance that has almost that same sort of characteristic that Bal d'Afrique has, where it's like this sort of mysterious, light, bright, airy. It has like this fuzzy creaminess to it. There's a slight sweetness that's lingering around and sort of dancing around. It has that same sort of like behavior. There's something in it that almost comes off like a muted candied citrus or apple or something like that, and it's so enjoyable. That fuzziness, that fuzzy fresh vibe that I get when I first spray it definitely reminds me of like some bergamot fragrances that I've had where it would have like vetiver along with it, and it definitely gave me that sort of a vibe. Has a nice amount of like a clean musk. There's like a perfumey vibe that's in it, but it's not overly so feminine. Very, very neutral in the way that it comes off, but has a very nice flair and an elegant flair to it. There's like a crisp, almost like light prickly vibe to it. That's what I was catching, like what I felt was like an apple with that sort of slightly perfumey, musky, slight powdery, and fuzzy aspect to it. That what was giving me the thought process of maybe an ambergris. It wasn't salty enough for me to blame it on ambergris, but I went ahead and went with that guess anyway. So there you have it. My guesses on this is ambergris apple, immortelle, bergamot, citrus candied sort of vibe, vanilla, labdanum, leather, vetiver, jasmine, amber, as well as musk. Now let's take a look on their website and see what's actually in this. Also, by the way, I got a compliment today when I was wearing this at the store. Lady walked past me and she said, "Is this you I've been smelling throughout the store?" She said, "You smell pretty good." So that was pretty cool. It's always a plus getting a nice compliment. So we are on their website. This is the fragrance Natural, and here's the artwork for that fragrance. Looks pretty cool. Got the black people on the front, white t-shirts. Looks pretty decent. Introducing Natural, the essence of timeless elegance. Elevate your senses with Natural, a luxurious gourmand perfume meticulously crafted to celebrate the exquisite beauty rituals of Black and Latina women, intertwined with the sultry rhythms of R&B music. Immerse yourself in a symphony of fragrance that captures the essence, empowerment, confidence, and sophistication. The notes: coconut, opening with a harmonious blend of creamy coconut. Natural transports you to a sun-kissed beach and the warm embrace of tropical breezes. This invigorating note sets the stage for an olfactory journey like no other. I hate when I been smelling something and I perceive something totally different. Then you hear the note and then you instantly pick up on it. It's not loud and bubbly coconut. It's a bit cooler. It's a cool coconut and it's very balanced, sort of milky a little bit. But this one, I would have never guessed that. And I get it now. But there's other elements in here that turns it and moves it to where it doesn't come and hit you the same way that suntan coconut kind of scent hits you. This one is a lot different. It's not suntan lotion at all. Next note is Shea Butter. The heart of natural is enriched with the velvety embrace of shea butter, homage to the time-honored beauty tradition that has been cherished for generations. Its subtle, nutty undertones exudes opulence and nourishment, leaving a soft, lingering touch. I love shea butter. I got some on now. I use shea butter every morning, just trying to get my skin together, as well as something to layer with my fragrances when I'm applying it to skin. And I did get a somewhat of a buttery vibe. I just wasn't knowing where to place it. And I didn't jot it down in my notes. But I was getting somewhat of a buttery vibe. I think when I was messaging the owner about it, I mentioned something about buttery and that was like somewhat of a buttery vibe that I was catching. But shea butter makes perfect sense. I love the elements thus far that he's using as the notes. It's definitely more elements that you love and you enjoy in their natural state. Let's continue. Next note is Orange Blossom. As the perfume evolves, the vivacious bloom of orange blossom emerges, infusing natural with an aura of effervescent joy and feminine grace. This delicate note weaves a tapestry of citrusy radiance, perfectly balanced with a touch of sweetness. So that may be that candied citrus that I was catching, but normally it's never really that round and warm, it's never really that round and warm when I normally smell it. But a lot of the stuff he uses are naturals or absolutes, so I wouldn't be surprised that this one's going to come off and hit my nose a bit different than what I'm used to. Yeah, I definitely get that creaminess. We mentioned that before. And I definitely mentioned that somewhat of a citrus something that I was catching, but I wasn't able to quite place what it was. I ended up mentioning bergamot, and I ended up mentioning a citrus like candied vibe in my notes, but that was about as far as I was able to pick it up. Continuing, we have rose water. The soul of natural is adorned with the ethereal essence of rose water, an emblem of passion and romance. Its intoxicating floral bouquet dances in harmony with the other notes, creating a captivating allure that lingers on skin. We have rice milk. Symbolizing purity and serenity, rice milk envelops natural in a comforting embrace, imparting a subtle, milky sweetness that invokes a sense of tranquil beauty. This nurturing notes add depth and richness to the fragrance, creating a seamless symphony of scents. Rice milk is from what I remember, is like excellent for like skincare. And so the backstory to this fragrance is this was something that his aunts and some of the elders in his family, the ladies, would use as their beauty routine, their daily upkeep on their skincare and things like that. And these were some of the elements that they would use. And it makes perfect sense. A lot of these elements have a lot of nourishing properties to it, and a lot of silky smooth elements that just help preserve the skin and leave that skin with that soft touch. Let's continue. We also have vanilla. So we did mention vanilla, so we got that one right at least. Natural culminates in a warm embracing finale of Madagascar vanilla. This sumptuous note infuses the perfume with a timeless, comforting sensuality, leaving a lasting impression that is both familiar and captivating. I was able to catch something that felt like a vanilla, but I wasn't able to like pinpoint and I wasn't able to stand on it like, oh yeah, I'm getting vanilla. Like the way I was with brown skin, I was able to like, oh yeah, that's what that is. I wasn't able to do that with this one. This one was just a creamy, it got all those notes in it, but it was just creamy the way it danced back and forth. Creamy and balanced, and it's so good. This is a fragrance that I feel like it does lean a bit more feminine. There is a neutral element to it, but this one leans a bit more feminine. There's like this mixture of like this dry, fuzzy, airy herbal, and then like this candied, almost like candied creamy citrus, and it just, that dances back and forth in this fragrance, and I love the way that that works out. There's a savory component that's in here that's real subtle. It kind of peeks through, and so it threw me off, and with being able to just like pinpoint, oh this, oh that. It was a really nice dance with the notes, and with the notes smelling so natural, it was really hard to try to pick and decipher what's what. But the overall, the fragrance is really nice, very inoffensive, has a very nice amount of longevity actually. That spray that I put on earlier, you know, that was like earlier this morning. The lady who smelled me and complimented me in the store, that was hours later. That was at least 4 to 5 hours later. So that was pretty cool, being able to get a compliment on a fragrance that would appear to seem really light and fleeing, but it actually has some lasting power. Love the way that this fragrance come off. You're going to get a slightly green, like a really light herbal, somewhat damp, but somewhat of is somewhat dry, but it has like this little bit of a dewiness to it as well. Fuzzy, fresh, slightly sweet, airy. You're going to get some musk. You're going to get just a tad bit of sweetness that's going to come through. Just a very natural and an alluring scent, but in a very, very clean and just chill way. Once again, that is Natural by Khye Fragrances. I'll drop the link in the description where you guys can check this out for yourself. Take a peek around their website, see if anything jumps out and catches your attention. And that is it for this video, you guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will catch you guys soon. Peace.